Hey everybody, it's Randy Justice and it's Monday, January 13th. The time is 3:15 p.m. and I told you guys I would bring you an updated weather forecast for the upcoming time period here in the Knoxville area in the southeast. But first, I want to talk about the people that bring the video to you today. First, Knox Horizon Complete Auto Care, your one-stop auto shop. Is your car ready for winter weather? Stop in today and have the ASE certified technicians make sure your car is ready for the cold temperatures. Located at 4701 Clinton Highway in Knoxville, Tennessee. On the web at knoxhorizon.com, or you can give them a call at 865-219-6999. Also today, the video is brought to you by Elm Body Health Care. Elm Body Health Care is a direct primary care medical practice here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Save time and take back control of your health with a provider you have access to when you need them, and that can give you the time your health deserves. By removing the middleman, i.e. the insurance company, they are restoring the doctor-patient connection. Their patients have improved overall health and saved time and money in the process. Myself and my whole family uses them as our primary care, as well as most of our employees at Knox Horizon Complete Auto Care. Look them up today on the web at elmbodyhealthcare.com. That's the letter M, bodyhealthcare.com. Okay, let's get into what we're here about today, and that is what is upcoming in the weather. You know, we just got through the snow that we had here in Knoxville in the surrounding area, and what are we looking at? The Climate Prediction Center, their temperature outlook for the next 6 to 10 days, the 18th through the 22nd is what we're looking at. To tell you about this week, I don't have that map, but we're going to stay cool the next few days. We're going to have a slight warm up this weekend around the 18th, 19th. And we'll talk about what's coming at that time. But overall, the pattern through the 22nd is going to still be below normal temperatures around here, especially here in Tennessee and the surrounding areas in much of the country. So the precipitation outlook in that time is also going to be above normal here in Knoxville and throughout the southeast. So the biggest thing is we start talking about beyond the 18th, once we get through this next weekend, I think the beginning of the next week, starting the 20th, any precipitation we get, we're going to have the cold air in place. And we're going to kind of look at what maybe is coming our way at that time. Of course, that's still, that's over a week out. So the models aren't agreeing, and we don't know what's going to happen. As we get closer, we'll be able to talk about what's really coming up. But let's go on out. Let's talk about what's the pattern look like for the rest of the time frame. So if we look at the 8 to 14 day, which is the 20th through the 26th, that's the time we're talking about. As you can see by the Climate Prediction Center, there we're right smack dab in the very below normal temperature readings for that time. So there again, what does that correlate with in the upcoming moisture outlook? So in Knoxville, we're going to be about near normal. But that means, though, but just to the south of us, it's going to be southeast of us. And south, it's going to be above normal. Now, the thing is we know these things can vary one way or the other a little bit. A shift in patterns or a shift in weather system that comes through can make a big difference. It's just like the previous snowstorm we just had Friday into Saturday. We should have gotten more than we did in Knoxville, but what happened was the southern part of this stayed colder longer and robbed a lot of the energy from the northern part of this storm, so we ended up not getting as much as we could. We still got an average of 3 to 5 inches throughout the area. Some places a little more, some a little less, but 3 to 5 inches. And as you guys know, if you watch the broadcast throughout the storm, it was definitely a mess out there. So what's the look even beyond that right now that we're looking at? So the 3 to 4 week look, the January 25th through February 7th, we're still have that chance of below normal temperatures here in most of Tennessee and part of the Midwest. What about precipitation? We're back to very above normal. So right now through February 7th from this time, other than this upcoming weekend, which we're going to have some rain, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, we have chances of anytime we have precipitation, we've got chances for winter weather. So that's the biggest thing that we can talk about. So let's take a look at what could be upcoming here. And of course, I've cut part of myself off here. Sorry about that, guys. Working on the fly here today. Sit down a little bit so you can see me. Okay, so basically it comes down, what are we talking about right here in the Knoxville area over the next little bit? So we're pretty good the next few days. And what we want to talk about is what we're going to have. And right now, this is up to through the 16th. We're going to be quiet the next few days. 17th, we're going to be quiet. The 18th, that's our next chance of weather here in the Tennessee, Knoxville area. As you guys can see, it's going to be rain, and we're going to get some moderate rainfall out of this system that's coming in. Maybe a few pockets of snow over in western North Carolina, but nothing significant at all, because we're going to have a slight warm up into the 40s, so it's going to be well above freezing from everything that looks like. As we go through the 18th, we're going to get quite a bit of rain out of the system, and that's about all we're going to have. Our next best chance of snow, a little bit we have, maybe a little bit on the back end on the 19th, but it's nothing significant at all. As we move the map on forward, we're out to the 22nd. And here's where we got to start looking for stuff on the on Tuesday, the 21st. We start seeing a system that the long-range models are showing down here coming out of the Gulf. Now, here's the question you got to ask. Right now, the long-range model here on the GFS is showing this way to the south of us. The GFS, in my estimation for everything I've always looked, has a very southern bias when it does, and it's normally further north. But this around the 21st, 22nd is going to be our next chance that we could have winter weather, because I think this is going to be further north. It may not be. It could be a totally southern southeast storm, but that's going to be our next best chance to have winter precipitation in the area. Again, I think that's too far south, but we're talking about well over a week out, so we're going to have to watch the models close, see what they do, and take a look at things every day to see. But the biggest thing to take away is the next few days, we're going to be very dry, and the weather's going to be good, at least in Knoxville and the surrounding areas. So that's one takeaway. We have all the snow that we got is going to melt away. And let's move the map on out. We're up to the 23rd. There's nothing. It's going to be kind of quiet. 24th, kind of quiet from the long-range model right now. So around the 27th, it shows more moisture moving in. Right now, it's saying we're going to get rain, snow on the backside. But again, you got to remember those temperatures are supposed to be below normal. And the models, when you're talking about that far out, we don't know what's really going to happen. But we're going to have several shots of moisture and cold temperatures. Do they meet up at the same time, and what happens? And that's what we're going to have to wait and see. Again, I'm not a meteorologist. I do like getting out and chasing the storms and the weather and bringing you guys the road conditions and what's going on. And I want to thank all of my subscribers and everybody that came out and participated in this last weekend, all the wonderful comments and everything you guys left, everybody that interacted in the live stream. But that's kind of what we're looking at. I think the biggest thing, to take away from the pattern that we're in right now is, we're going to be cold. We're going to be below normal for quite a while in the temperatures. So any moisture that comes through, other than this weekend, around the 18th, when we're going to see a lot of rain, because we're going to have just a slight warm up coming in, I think it's kind of a wait and see, and we're going to see what's going on. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. That's kind of the long-range outlook. Weather-wise, I don't think there's going to be a lot to talk about up until this weekend. slight chance maybe of severe weather is what I've been looking from the National Weather Service. But of course, again, we're several days out, so it's something we'll have to look at close. But if we have that chance of severe weather, or if it looks like we're going to have very heavy rain and possible flash flooding or flooding, I will definitely be out live on the roads to bring you what's going on at that time. If not, stay tuned. If there's an update to this in the next few days, I'm definitely going to bring it to you. There may be some other videos I will upload. May not be about the weather, but I've got some other content coming to you. Anyway, guys, thank you for being along. If you're new to the channel, I ask that you subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live. And guys, just have a wonderful day. If you think somebody find this interesting, please share it with them. But guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I hope to see you guys soon.